What is going on, everybody? We're live. Welcome back to
Third
Point of View and Guys Night. Yes, don't go anywhere. We promise we're going to be fun. Don't leave us. It's Guys Night on POV, everybody. The girls are out doing their shenanigans. Got to say, look, every once in a while, and if you followed us for a while, every once in a while, Jill and Molly, they just ditch us. They just leave. They they go about their little adventures, and we are here holding down the fort per usual. We are hanging out, and we're just gonna do a kind of like a Q&A live show, just talking about a bunch of random stuff, questions that you guys may have, maybe some things that we've been watching in the TV and movie world, maybe some things that we want to talk about. We're not gonna talk about our crappy Raiders because they suck. But yeah, so. Jill is off gallivanting in Disneyland as she usually is. And Molly and Alex last week feels like been all over the planet. So they are doing their own thing at home, kind of resting up before they have a little bit of a crazy week. So it's Brad night tonight. It's guys night. And it happens you know what? We need this every once in a while. We need a guys night every once in a while. We go OG status here. And our viewership goes from about 40 to 12.
Yeah.
But we love you 12.
100%.
We love you 12 who are always here. So, Brian, I mean, look, man, it's Sunday night. Monday's upon us. How are you doing, dude?
I hate sports. I hate being a sports fan. I truly do.
You had a rough weekend specifically. Not just today, but yesterday too.
Yeah. I hate being an optimistic sports fan. I hate everything about it. I'm like, I had a chance. All right. You don't understand. So my two college football teams are Cal, UC Berkeley, and Boston College. My top two most hated college football teams, Stanford and then Notre Dame. Notre Dame doesn't ever play Cal. It just doesn't happen. Notre Dame plays Boston College every year because they're rivals. I had a chance. Yeah, I had a chance. Notre Dame is garbage this year. I had a chance where both of my teams could beat one of my most hated teams in the same year. Just a chance. Would never happen again. Never.
But you went 0 for on both chances.
Well, no. Boston College hasn't played this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Cal was just like, we're going to do it. Now we don't want it right at that. Same with the Raiders today. We're gonna get our first win. We'll work on it next week. Just God, why? It's so difficult liking sports.
Oh, it's tough, man. It's hard because you call them and they're like my team, like we're gonna do it this year. Like you think you're a part of it when you're really not. And
Cal could have not won another game for the rest of the year, except for Stanford. If they would have beaten Notre Dame and Stanford in the same year, and I would have never won another game for the rest of the year, I would have been fine with it. They could have gone 2 for whatever. Wouldn't have said a word.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it.
Look, we're not going to talk sports the whole night, but it is a little frustrating.
Your Longhorns, though, are freaking ranked.
Yeah, they are. They almost took down the number 1 team in the nation, Alabama, last week. They lost by 1. And they were this close to doing it. Alabama had a last-minute drive at the end of the game, and then this week we ended up winning, not by a lot, but we won, which is a big deal. And we're working our way up. I'm not going to say that we're one of the best teams in the country, but I just want Texas to be back. Well, because you hate Texas for some stupid reason. I just want Texas to be back in the consistency. We've had some good teams over the last 15 years, but then we've also had a lot of really bad teams that haven't lived up to the hype. So, but look, the way this is going to go is we're just going to hang out. If you guys have questions, shoot them off. We're obviously we can obviously bring up some things that we can talk about on our own as well. It's not going to be a terribly long show tonight, but we wanted to get a show out, just kind of hang out. There's only from today There's only officially 3 weeks left until Schmoedown is officially over. Schmoedown Spectacular is October 1st. It's a Saturday, and so we have very few days left of the movie trivia Schmoedown, and you guys can ask anything about Schmoedown. It can be movie or television related. It can be anything. We can talk about the channel and the future of the channel. We're putting together some pieces right now, and we're gonna make a really cool announcement. I'm gonna note on that in just a second, Brian. Don't worry. So Brian and I are in the same area. We're about 20 minutes apart. The wind is howling today. It's going crazy.
The literal tree in front of my apartment snapped in half.
So, and if you followed us, you know that I shifted my garage into a studio, and there's a garage door right there, literally right here. Well, with the wind, it now does this. So if you hear creaking or things happening throughout the show, it's the wind coming through air holes in the garage. So,
I thought that sounded like a legit like fire alarm, like a beep, like when you have to change.
No, it's literally the wind coming and hitting the garage door. The wind is hitting my house. It's not like going to the side or away. It's coming directly into my house, like facing me. So, that if you end up hearing that through the audio or through the microphone, that's what it is. I do want to note a couple things here. Brian Nussbaum, will there be a reaction for Spectacular? So, we don't want to say anything officially yet, but there will. We are putting together something for Spectacular. We do want to do something as a group. We would love to sit down, hang out, and watch it as a group and possibly do a live reaction, the entire thing, or piece it together throughout the week or something. We are figuring out the details as of now, trying to put our schedules together as we've been pretty busy lately. But you definitely will see something from Spectacular from us. And then Mr. B here, predictions for Spectacular. That is actually going to be next week's show. We were going to
what the topic is.
Yeah, we were going to split it up into 2 shows actually and do half and half. But due to some late kind of schedule shifts from the girls, I didn't want to do any predictions Schmoedown wise without the group, being that it is the last official event. So that is going to be next week's show. We will be covering and previewing Schmoedown Spectacular leading into that event. As I think next Sunday is the last. Is it the last Sunday? It's the last Sunday before the actual event happens. So that'll be next week's topic for the show. We'll be talking about all that stuff going forward. So, and Gordon Post here. Are you guys going to do a Marvel rewind for last week's She-Hulk, or are you going to go over both episodes this week?
Ask him.
Last week's cancellation was on me. I had some things that I had to take care of. Some family stuff came up, personal things, which is why we canceled. But I believe Brian and I think the best way to do it is splitting them up. I don't know if we have time tomorrow, but possibly.
I don't know if I have time for anything this week. I might not even be on it this week.
Yeah, your schedule is pretty crazy this week. So I think what might happen, Gordon, is it'll either be solo or I try to get Jacob on with me to discuss it, or if Brian's magically able to make it. But either way, we're going to separate the two. You'll see one for She-Hulk episode 5 this week, and then episode 6 comes out on Thursday. We'll review that as well. So it's just easier that way. I like having separate streams, not trying to split up or put 2 into 1. It's just a little bit easier that way. Nussbaum here. What shows will be on the channel after Schmoedown is done? We don't want to reveal anything just yet. But we do have we have a list of stuff. Things that we're very excited about. Things that we think a lot of people will enjoy. Brian, let me ask you though, just on the topic. If say we had limitless possibilities to do whatever kind of show we wanted to do, what would be the one show you would want to do on POV? If the resources were endless.
The 4 of us have such wide likes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be hard to like. You and Molly don't like reality TV. Me and Jill like reality TV.
It brightens your day.
But like, so there's like all of our likes are like split. So it's hard to like mix and mingle things.
There's got to be something that you're like.
Well, honestly, the easiest thing for me right now that I am consistently watching without fail that isn't one of the Marvel properties would be House of Dragon. House of Dragon. That's the consistent, like Lord of the Rings is more like
tonight's episode is gonna wreck us, by the way.
Oh, I know. And it's sad because I really love that.
Me too. I like them both.
Millie Alcock, I think is her name, and she's great.
Alcocks.
Cock. Okay, whatever. Her name has all penis. That one's probably the most consistently, because like Lord of the Rings, I'm like, when I get to it, I get to it. Like I'm not in a rush. Like that show can't be spoiled for me because I don't know what anything is going on. There's like 3 characters. If Frodo showed up, Gandalf.
I'm starting to understand it a little bit more.
Sauron, like I am. Like those, that's probably the 3 names, or Legolas. Anyone else's name that if someone went, oh my God, this showed up, I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
I'm starting to understand it a little bit more just because we're watching it on a regular basis now with the show, but also talking to Sean clearly, which we'll be reviewing episode 5, 4, 4,
3.
4 tomorrow night on the channel. Yeah, Sean and I will be doing Rings of Power review tomorrow night on the channel. I don't know. It's hard. Like there's obviously a lot of things that I love to do, but honestly, I think the one thing that I would really, really like to do is kind of what I'm already doing over on the Whiskey Jedi, like a one-on-one discussion-based show that has to do with whiskey, just because I think it's a little bit unique compared to what we do with like
what you want to do.
No, well, I mean, no, not necessarily. I guess that's
you heard it here first. He's gonna phase us out.
That's technically right, yes, but like, I think what the 4 of us have done so far on not just the public channel but the Patreon with like the Q&A and stuff like that. I think it's such like lightning in a bottle that a lot of people don't get the chance to do. I would really love to be able to be consistent with Whiskey Jedi. And just to answer Andy's question, it is still a thing, but I mean, I got married.
I wouldn't know. I've never been on it.
Yes, you have. Things got a little, I can bring up the episode right now. Things got a little crazy. And I just took a little bit of a break. Honestly, I took a little bit of a break. Life got a little crazy for us over here. And it's coming back. I might actually even have an episode this week. I've been planning on doing when I have a topic ready to go. It's just all about timing. So yes, it is coming back, and I plan on being much more consistent about it. But marriage and honeymoon and getting our life back on track is definitely a little bit more precedent with that. But
your poor parents, they just
with you,
and now they have to be with nothing.
Yeah, for those who maybe don't follow her or anything or didn't see my Instagram, my sister got engaged yesterday, so it's the whole Berlin clan is being swallowed up by marriage right now. Yeah. And Nussbaum, to answer your question, the next MCU reaction is actually in the bag already. It's in the editing process. So that'll be coming very soon as well. That'll be much more of a consistent thing, doing some reactions with Gab and getting her take on Marvel and Star Wars and stuff. But no, as far as like what the plan is for the future, just kind of picking up off of that question. I mean, we all have a document together and we've thrown a lot of ideas and put down some stuff on paper. It's just about how it's going to work logistically, trying to figure out the best way to do it from a team perspective. But I know we're very excited to. I think Brian can back me up on this. I think we've talked about it and looked forward to it enough to where I think the next kind of like evolution of POV, we're really looking forward to seeing how it all kind of comes together.
I'm just currently trying to figure out which episode of Whiskey Jedi was on because I'm going through it and I'm not seeing my face anywhere.
That's because your face isn't on the actual. No one's face is on the actual.
I know. I let my little preview run to see.
No, I'll bring it up right now. Here, let me see.
I'm trying to remember which one it would be.
It was this one.
What did you have me talk about? And Cobra Kai doesn't count.
No, it wasn't Cobra Kai.
Actually, I don't think I was invited to Cobra Kai, which I'm like, that's
You weren't invited to Cobra Kai.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I think I only have like 3 more episodes.
Boom! Show and tell.
Oh, that's because you wanted us to show off our stuff.
You were on the show, Brian.
God, I'm 3-ton Tilly over there.
Look how good you look now, though.
Yeah, now. I don't. What am I showing? Yeah, it has to be.
You were doing your lightsabers.
Yeah.
And Jacob did his Leia stuff, and I had my Mando, which I had unboxed for the first time. You had just gotten your that's a Saw's Ventress, right?
Yeah. I really want the other one. It's just so obnoxious. It's like if you put them together with blades.
The Ahsoka ones are huge. The Ahsoka ones are. Oh yeah, if they become a double-sided, yes, correct.
The S-shaped one, it's like literally 12 feet long.
Yeah, no, I mean the Ahsoka ones alone, just the hilts are huge.
Okay, okay.
Light mode. What is light? Ew, light mode. What does that mean? Light mode. Light mode?
Is that an Australian term?
I don't know. What the hell does light mode mean? Andy, what does light mode mean? I'm confused.
Like I was maybe like halfway allowed to be on it.
I don't know. Ed, Survivor does start back up again.
Okay, also,
The Amazing Race does as well. Both of them.
That's what I was literally about to pull up before you threw up Andy's thing. That would be fun to do.
I would break down Survivor and The Amazing Race 100% every week. I would do a review show on those shows.
That's what I'm saying. Like Amazing Race especially, because I watch all of that. Survivor.
Light mode on YouTube. I don't have dark mode. Sorry, no.
Yeah.
I would totally do a Amazing Race and Survivor recap show.
Yeah, but the girls don't watch it. See, 2 of us watch, 2 of us not. It's always
or you do something where you have the girls watch it when they've never even watched the show before and they review it.
We can't even. Jill is the most Halloween obsessed person we know, and we can't even get her to watch American Horror Story Coven. And it's like, literally was like, oh, Jill Mansolino, let's make this show for her. And she's like, no, I don't have time. So
fair. No, I think that'd be a lot of fun. It would obviously add way too much more to our plate. But if there was ever a time where that became an option, I would definitely do that. That'd be a lot of fun.
Amazing Race, I'd be totally down for.
Yeah, they both start back up this week. Both of them. So stoked.
Literally just
they're arguably my 2 favorite shows on television. Period.
That's fair. Amazing Race is amazing. Oh.
Correct. Gordon Andor is this Wednesday. You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
First 3 episodes, everybody. Brian and I, well, a less busy Brian and I. Let's see.
I would literally have to wake up at 5:30 to start watching.
No, I know. The Fandalorian Club comes back on Apocalypse Movies, which the Fandalorian Club, that's our name for our Star Wars review show.
Which is easily the best named. I've yet to see another Star Wars.
There's nothing better.
Recap show.
Should I show off my Andor thumbnail? Should I show it off?
Sure. I legit.
Or do you think I should keep it quiet? What do you think?
No, why not? For the 20 people that are here?
Yeah, the 21. 21. Let's show off. I made this fancy little thumbnail that I'm very proud of. Even Brian likes it, which is very surprising.
Well, it's cute with that. You always have to get your approval from me.
By the way, I edited the symbol. Let's see what you think of it.
Well, I knew once I said something, you would have to change it. Yeah, see, it's perfect.
Fire. I'm so excited. That honestly might be one of my all-time favorite thumbnails I've ever made.
I told you it's probably the best one you've ever done.
It took me forever to.
We honestly should trademark Fandalorian. I'm not joking. I'm being dead serious.
Yeah, you're
literally
probably right.
The best name we've ever come up with. And yeah.
You're probably right. Do you want to know how long this thumbnail took me forever? Because
that's why it's your best one.
So typically what happened is like when you market something, whenever it comes to a movie or a television show, there's a flood of like posters and banners and wallpapers that hit the internet, right? Andor doesn't have an actual wallpaper. So a landscape style wallpaper, there's not a Andor wallpaper. there's only the portrait style for the posters. And so I was having a very difficult time finding like a central image to use for the poster. And then luckily last weekend, they released the character posters and I was able to crop Andor out. And this background, this broken wall background, you want to know where I found that? I found it on the Andor Reddit page.
I thought you were going to say the side of your house.
No, it was right. It was the background photo on the Andor Reddit page. If you go to the Andor Reddit page, if you just Google it and go to it, that's the background. The broken wall is the background on the Andor Reddit page. Look at Brian Ward. Hey, what do you think of my thumbnail, guy? What do you think? What do you think? Not too bad. Not too bad. Needs a little work. I know, but hey, looks
good.
The
turn of the
symbol
was the right move.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So okay, so you'll find this funny even though you don't like him. Josh is finally, so we can finally convince him to watch House of Dragon.
Okay.
And he's never seen Game of Thrones.
Okay. Which you don't need to. You don't need to.
Yeah. Well, so they watched the first 4 episodes.
Quick side note, I also love this show as well.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the CBS one because it was a combination of a lot of different shows. I always watch the MTV version, 100%.
Yeah. So we finally convinced him to watch House Dragon.
Freaking Brian. I shouldn't have asked him.
We should have. And
what would you suggest, Brian Ward? What would you suggest? Okay, go ahead. Sorry. He loves it.
God, it loves it. So he goes, screw it. I know I'm going to get my heart broken because everyone says season 8 sucks. I'm going to start Game of Thrones. And so him and his girlfriend started Game of Thrones. And he's obsessed with it so far. Rightfully.
The first 6.5 seasons, you're gonna be obsessed with it.
Exactly. And so he just texts me. He goes, "Just watched another episode of Game of Thrones. So far, I've learned in Game of Thrones, never do things the honorable way. Always stab people in the back, and only look out for your best interests. That's the only way you survive this show."
100%. 100%. Yes. Where is he? Does he tell you where he is?
He's only 5 episodes, maybe.
Oh my God, he has no idea.
He's already figuring this out, and he's in the first.
He has no idea what's.
And the best part is he doesn't. He had no interest in Game of Thrones, so I don't think he knows anything that's spoiler-ish or whatever. I don't think he knows.
That's good because there's a lot of spoiler-ish stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So he doesn't know what the hell is going on.
All right. I do want to bring up. So I have some starred comments here just for the Q&A style. Andy, we're not going to answer this question because this was a Patreon Q&A question, and this is just unfair.
I'll Google it.
He did it just to mess with us. I know he did. Leo here. What is your favorite music artist from the 90s? Linkin Park. Did they come out in the 90s?
Linkin Park? No, that's early 2000s, isn't it?
Did they come out in the 90s?
Linkin Park. Yeah.
Did they?
Well, technically, no.
Okay.
They were known as Zero from 96 to 99, Hybrid Theory from 99 to 2000, and then became Linkin Park.
Okay.
So technically 2000-ish.
Okay. So I guess we're talking about groups that started in the 90s is kind of what I'm picking up from this. So they released in 2000. Okay, so they're a 2000 group. All right, that's fair. Well, you know mine for 2000 already. Brian, you said Spice Girls, which is a great pick.
Yeah, iconic.
Great pick. I have 2. One is Eminem. Eminem, if he came out in 90s, which I think he did. I think Eminem came out in the 90s. If it's not Eminem, then it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Eminem, I feel like is like the cusp end of.
Oh, Blink 182 is a great choice too, Harrison. That's a really good choice.
What the? It says 1988. That's
No
definitely
way. Is that when he was born? No, he's older than that.
technically his
Eminem was
early-
90. Hey, if Eminem was 99, I'm taking Eminem.
Okay. Yeah. It says introduction to Slim Shady was 97, but he's been doing stuff as like
I'm
an
taking
8
Eminem.
Mile, like
100% Eminem. 100% Eminem. 100%. All right. John Boo's Limp Bizkit.
Fair.
Corn for Gordon. Harrison, Blink-182.
Corn
Great choice.
scared me as a child.
RG Slipknot. Love that.
Me even more.
Oh my God, Britney Spears. Duh.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
I was thinking boy bands too.
Andy, them. No, I still choose. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Britney Spears because she was in the '90s for longer. I'll give it to Britney Spears, but Eminem might take 2000s for me over Linkin. I don't know.
It's funny.
Weird Al in all decades from Brian.
Yes.
Boys to Men. There you go.
It's funny because I can literally remember like doing.
Oh no! So I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. NSYNC.
I was gonna say, yeah, I literally said boy bands twice, and you skipped right over
NSYNC. No question. NSYNC. Yes, no question. NSYNC.
It's funny because I can literally remember doing like certain things while that music was playing. Like it's like almost like the memory is set to the music where I'm like, oh, that person was that era.
Yeah, it's as far as like if I'm thinking like 99 of course is in the 90s, but I'm thinking of a band that like their heyday was that decade. It's 100% NSYNC for me. That I was a total NSYNCer over a Backstreet Boys fan for sure. That all those songs, I mean, Bye 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 and Space Cowboys and all that stuff, man, just iconic.
That's fair.
Brandy, hey Brandy. She says Eminem and Alanis Morissette.
That's fair. My mom.
She saw Eminem at the Underground Hip Hop Show in Atlanta in the early '90s when I was in middle school. That's dope.
That's a story.
That's cool. That's literally real life 8 Mile.
Oh, Camp Chef Foo Fighters is a good choice too.
So okay, the Foo Fighters. Did you see all the video coverage of the son playing the drums?
Oh yeah, how could you not?
So good. And he was like full on rocking out.
Oh,
like he had been playing there for a long time.
Yeah, I guarantee it. He probably knows it better than anyone else on this planet, I would assume.
Yeah. Leo's follow-up question: what's your favorite song from the 90s?
Oh, God,
Jesus.
You can't just pick one.
Let's see what the best 1990s.
That's what I was literally going to go for. Top songs of 1990.
This is just going off of this list here.
Rolling Stones. That's what I'm looking at.
What is love?
I'm literally just going for Rolling Stones top 50. What is it? What is their number one? Smells Like Teen Spirit? No.
Ooh, oh, that's a good song though.
It is.
Gabby says Yellow Card for her favorite 90s song, and she just texted me Ocean Ave, which I believe is her favorite song. Or is that a band?
No, Yellow Card's the band. Ocean Avenue is the song.
Oh, okay. That's okay. There's Gabby's pick. She just texted me. She can hear me. Thank you, Gab. Oh, come on. Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Let's go. Come on.
I mean, there's so many.
I'm just joking, everybody, by the way. There's a lot. Like it's really not fair to pick just one.
Yeah, I don't know how you pick just one. 90s had some of the arguably the best music.
What's Britney Spears' highest 1990s song? It's got to be up there.
It's probably what's the first one? I can hear the song playing in my head, but I don't know the title.
Rolling Stones' number one overall song is what, Brian?
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Nirvana Smells Like. I mean, that's a pretty good choice.
Maybe one more time. Okay, that's what I thought, Andy. I just didn't want to sound stupid saying the wrong title. I'm on another website, and Smells Like Teen Spirit is still.
That's a pretty good number one song. I mean.
It's so funny because I'm not going to lie. Like number one on all the websites I've been to, number one has pretty much consistently been like Smells Like Teen Spirit. And then the rest, I have no idea. I'm like, okay, you're getting too into it.
All right. Next question here. Let's see. Do we have any interest in the Interview with a Vampire show? It's funny, Gordon, that you brought this up. This was brought up to me
as a
So
child.
this was brought up to me earlier today by my dad. We were at lunch, and he brought this up, and I had no idea that they were doing a show. I had no clue.
I heard about it this week,
and it's on Prime Video. And I will also say I've actually never seen the movie, so I don't think I would watch the show.
I have my song pick. Sorry,
I don't think I would watch the show until I've seen the movie. But I mean, I'm never afraid to give anything a shot, but I can't watch it without knowing or seeing the movie, I think. So eventually when I watch the movie, maybe I'll dive into it, but we'll see. What was your pick, Brian?
It quite possibly might be my favorite song of all time, and that's House of Pain's Jump Around. Literally the only song.
Favorite song of all time.
I love that song. It's like the ultimate hype song. Like that, like just gets at least me just going.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. Next question here from Nussbaum. What is the one movie that critics hate that you love?
I thought you said first. I read it as which critic do you hate? I
mean, there's a lot. Speed Racer,
the hot chick.
The hot chick. I mean, all your top
white chicks hated by critics.
It's got to be 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's just go off of that marker for now.
It's not. It's definitely not 100% rotten. It's probably
I bet you it's probably in the 30s.
No, it's probably in the teens. Honestly.
Really? You think?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 30s
right now. 15.
It's 15%, really?
For white chicks, yeah.
Wow. Can you look up Speed Racer for me?
Yeah.
I want to see what Speed Racer's Rotten Tomatoes is.
It is 41.
That's not like a super hate, but it's still pretty. Yeah, Andy, I agree. I don't think anybody likes Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I don't like it. But in this types of conversation,
Andy, yeah,
it's a good marker to go off of. I don't. By the way, I don't hate white chicks. Like, I don't.
White chicks is one of those. Like, I can understand hate for the hot chick. Like, I absolutely understand that one. It is aged horribly. It's pretty offensive.
Yeah.
White chicks is just one of those ones where it's like, it's just, it's dumb. It was made to be dumb. And like, if you try to take it seriously, you're an idiot.
No, for sure. For sure.
I love Just Friends, but I only love Just Friends around Christmas time. It's a Christmas movie to me. So I love Just Friends.
There's a lot that we could obviously pick from. There's probably a movie every year that happens that I absolutely love that everyone else hates. It happens quite often.
Like all my movies.
It really is. It's your movie catalog.
It is.
Next question stays with Nussbaum here. What are your thoughts on the new Karate Kid film being outside of Cobra Kai?
Stupid. If it is stupid.
I'm not going to say it's stupid until I know what it is. Because I told Brian this. Yes, was it yesterday, Brian, that I said this?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, and with our buddy Shaw. I said before the news came out that it was not connected. I said it would be really, really cool if the movie was essentially the final season for Cobra Kai.
Like the Mandalorian's probably gonna do.
I don't know if now I don't know if Mando's gonna do that. I thought that back then. But I don't know.
Literally just said the other day, like he's gonna like force him to do it.
I don't know, but I thought it would be really cool because you have LaRusso and Lawrence, right? They started in movies. Why not end in movies? You have some pretty big star power and the young cast who have really grown as they've been a part of this show. But I'm not going to say it's dumb until I know what it is. It will be unfortunate, but they did say it takes place in the original Karate Kid universe, so that can mean anything. What if it has to do with Hilary Swank? We don't. I
just feel like how I am mentally imagining it is they caught lightning in a bottle with Cobra Kai, like 100%. And I feel like they're like, all right, grab another bottle. Let's try to do this again. And my fear is like, you don't realize how like special that one lightning in a bottle is. Don't get greedy and go try to catch another one. That's how I mentally am picturing it. Okay, Gordon, that could be interesting.
I don't want this.
No?
If Pat Morita is not playing Miyagi, I don't want it.
That's fair.
He's one of the synonymous characters that I don't want anybody touching.
I mean, that's
him, Indy, Marty McFly. Those are kind of like the three big ones that stick out to me right away. That's like, I don't want other actors touching them.
Fair.
And I just think that if you did in the original Karate Kid universe, there's plenty of other things you can do. But I wouldn't be surprised. You know, like, who has the rights to this, Brian? Sony. How many stupid moves do they make? A lot. Like, it's, I don't know. I don't know if I don't need a young Miyagi movie. Like, I don't.
It would be interesting though, because you would probably have to go into a war.
Well, yeah, he fought in the war. So
that's
like,
what I'm saying. That's why I think it would be interesting, because you would probably have to go into a war.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be your setting.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't finished it, so don't anyone spoil this.
Yeah, no spoilers for Cobra Kai. No spoilers.
I literally have 3 more episodes, so I'll be really upset if someone spoils it for me. But I am loving the chick that they brought in. That's the bad lady.
Of Asian descent, right? That's who you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know her name, but her character is freaking awesome, and I freaking love her.
Cobra Kai just doesn't miss.
No, it really doesn't.
It just does not miss.
They know their shtick and they play it.
It's so good. It's
so good. It's one of the most consistently level shows I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows I'm a Cobra Kai fanboy. So, all right, Harrison's question here: what are some of your favorite coming of age films?
Lady Bird. Can I say, people give me crap about liking Lady Bird?
I don't give you crap.
You give me a little crap because you'll roll your eyes and go, Lady Bird.
Well, no, I say Lady Bird because I know exactly what you're going to say every time.
That's fair.
I think the movie's brilliant.
Do you know what it's rated on Rotten Tomatoes?
What, like the percentage on Rotten Tomatoes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's in the high 90s.
It's a 99.
Yeah, I know.
There's only like 10 movies that are 99.
I know.
One of my favorites. I have great taste. Thank you, Brandy. But I give it back. I do say.
Yeah, Brandy, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Wait, she just pooped on you.
Oh, I read it wrong. I thought I said good crap, Brian. Whatever, Brandy. Go away, Brandy.
Okay. Nussbaum,
well,
yes.
Let me read a couple of these real quick. Lucas, The Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys, Little Darling, Some Kind of Wonderful, Crazy, The Outsiders, and Splendor in the Grass.
It's funny because, like, now that I'm like trying to think of it, I can't think of any.
I have one that I was just because I was talking about it earlier. The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
That movie's so hard to watch.
That movie is terribly sad.
Yeah,
but it is so brilliant. It is so good. I will also back Andy on his. The Way Back is a really good film. Sam Rockwell is just fantastic. Toni Collette as the mother.
I'll say
really well done.
Pretty much any 80s coming of age movie is fun.
What are specific ones though?
I mean, would you consider 16 Candles?
Yes.
Ferris Bueller?
Yes.
What else?
The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Thank you. I was struggling on that one.
Superbad's a coming of age movie.
Yeah. Coda. I'm literally looking at a list now.
Juno's one that doesn't get talked about a lot.
That's fair.
Juno's a really good movie.
Oh, we found out the other day, everyone, that Molly didn't even know what Holes was.
Yeah, Holes is a great coming of age movie
Yeah.
with Shia. Holes.
She
I
didn't
love me
even
some
know what it
Holes.
was. Didn't know it was a book that
Yeah,
existed.
she never even heard of it.
Never even heard of it.
Never
And
even
we
heard
were
of it.
flabbergasted.
Yeah. I like this answer a lot. Where'd it go? Cam Chef, The Spectacular Now. If you haven't seen The Spectacular Now,
I have
it's
not.
with Miles Teller and Shailene Woodley. It's a smaller movie. It's a very quiet movie, but there's some pretty big dramatic parts in it. Very, very well done movie. That's actually one that a lot of people don't give credit to. I will also say The Edge of 17 with Haley Steinfeld.
That was good.
Very, very good. Stand By Me, obviously.
I'll throw some animated ones out there. Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
Luca. I
Yep.
love Luca so much. That movie got wrongfully crapped on. How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep.
I would consider that definitely.
As a franchise, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. As a literal.
There's two that. So one that doesn't get talked about a lot. Maybe a lot of people haven't even seen. It's called Mid-90s. It was written and directed by Jonah Hill. If you have not seen Mid-90s, I would highly recommend it. It's on Paramount Plus if you have it. And it's about a young kid kind of getting into the skateboard world. Very interesting look at kind of a coming of age style film. And another one that a lot of people don't recognize as a coming of age movie and don't talk about enough is Dead Poets Society with Robin Williams. Dead Poets is a great film and a coming of age movie. I'd throw that one in there as well. Silver Linings Playbook, Jane. I will say this: this movie is incredible, but I don't know if it's a coming of age movie. It's more about adults kind of coming to realization, if you will. But the movie's fantastic. It was one of my favorites that year. I considered it for our Apocalypse ranking when we talked about best movies of the 2010s. It was up there for whatever year it came out. I think it was like 15, 14, somewhere around there, I want to say. So, but there's a lot. I mean, the coming of age genre is a really cool genre because it's
arguably my favorite genre.
One, there's not like a fine line that like declares it a coming of age. You can tell a coming of age story in a lot of different ways. And The Sandlot, duh. The Sandlot's a great coming of age movie. Love that movie. 2012. Thanks, guys. 2012. No, I mean there's a lot of them. If you just type coming of age movies into Google,
there's so
look at the plethora.
There's literally they have to categorize it.
Coming of age adventure movies, coming of age or futuristic movies, like
fantasy,
coming of age genres. Like there's so many that are declared coming of age movies that people don't even recognize. Easy A with Emma Stone, that's a great one.
Rom-com ones.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of them. So what's up, Star Drew?
Hi, Star Drew.
The Goonies, obviously one of the more popular ones. Almost Famous, yes. John Booz, yes. Spring Breakers definitely counts, Andy. I include that in a coming of age movie for sure. That's a great movie. Brian, you should probably watch Spring Breakers. You probably love it. Have you seen it?
No, I've heard of it.
Okay. Keep the question coming, guys. Keep the questions coming. We're only going to be here for about another 10, 15 minutes. I want to answer you guys' questions.
I have my TikTok thing.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead, Brian? See what you got.
You and I could do it. You've probably seen it. Well, actually, do you even watch TikToks? I don't think you do. I'm sure you do. Since you and I have been friends longer than the girls, I thought it would be funny to do. Have you seen the TikTok ones where it's the person says, if you were a blank, this is what I imagine you as? Like, this is how I picture it. Okay, so like they have like categories. Like
that's on phase 2 of the POV Patreon.
Yeah, maybe. So like, for example, the first one would be I guess it would be if I was. So I would be picking for you and you'd be picking for me. How I see you. If you were a color, if I was a color, what color would you see me as? Okay. So for me, when I think of you, I would imagine like a dark blue.
Okay.
And then you would pick one for me. And there's 10.
You see me as a dark blue?
Mm-hmm.
Is that because I wear dark blue a lot?
I just associate you more with that color, like a solid dark blue. Like a royal blue technically dark? Let me look.
I see. So this is crazy. I have reasons for this. I see you as an orange.
That's my favorite color, so that might be why.
And there's two reasons why. One, it's part of the Warriors uniform. Just stay with
Warriors of who?
Warriors have orange in their uniform. They have orange uniforms. They do.
The old ones. The old.
Some of their uniforms have orange.
Okay, the old.
Two. You teeter between red and yellow. Red being on high alert, yellow being on nice and calm.
That's fair.
You're right in the middle of the two of them. Okay. Brian, before the next one, I got it because Jacob, he's asked twice.
Oh, yeah.
Blunden asked us about how we're holding up. We get it, Blunden. We get it. We talked about it at the beginning.
They like the Cardinals.
We talked about it at the beginning. We expect things like this as a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
It's just we talked about obviously the first half being as great as it was, and then it just kind of all going back to classic Raiders.
Yeah. All of my teams are doing great the first half, and then they poo.
I will say this on a positive note. I will say that the first half, if we can get consistency down, we are a very good football team. It's just about getting that consistency down. So that's all I'll say about it. So, let's see. Andy says, I was thinking orange or yellow for Brian, and I have no idea why.
That's fair.
Okay. Brandy said, Jake, I see as a hunter green. Oh, sweet. Love that. And Brian is a burgundy. Interesting.
Ron Burgundy.
Ron Burgundy. Vapion says, Jake is like a burnt orange. Love that. Baseball diamond, dirt brown to me. Love that. Thank you.
Stop kissing ass.
And yes, you are a terrible football team. But I needed Kyler Murray to score points, so it worked out in my favor. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
All right, ready? Here's the next one. An animal. And mind you, I wrote them down, and I purposely didn't think of yours, so I'm literally having to think
sloth.
of you.
You know I'm right.
I know.
I was going to say a beagle. I
already asked my other friends, and they both said sloths too.
Because you're like
it is my favorite animal too.
You're like a sloth, but then you have these claws that are super dangerous, right?
Yeah. Okay, sure. It's not anything that I just literally lay around all day.
I'll say Snorlax. How about Snorlax?
No, I'd rather be a sloth because then I'm fat and lazy. At least with sloths, they're just lazy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Honestly, I think dog. Just
makes
dog.
sense for me. He's laying right here, so my bear's laying right here. I'm sorry, you should have said bear. Berlin means bear, so
no, I think dog. Just plain old dog.
Man's best friend.
That's fair. Andy, you're not wrong. A season.
Winter.
Really?
Yeah. Cold, dark, rainy.
Honestly, I think I'd give you fall.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. Just kind of fall is honestly I think the most mellow
chill
time. There's
I would say spring is
that's not true. That's true.
Spring is technically the most mellow. Fall is like the wind and the rain is technically when it's supposed to come. California obviously is different for us because it comes in spurts.
Thank you, Andy. I like fall too. Or not Andy, Brandy. Sorry.
Yeah, I like autumn. I like fall. I'm surprised you didn't say spring just because of baseball.
October baseball.
Yeah. It's fair. It is very fair. Anything but summer for Cam Chef. Brian is a monkey that looks at zoogoers in a sassy way.
That's fair.
Thank you, Vapion, for that. All right, Brian, in between your TikTok game, let's answer Brian Nussbaum's questions here. Who is the one celebrity you would always want to meet, living or dead? Harrison Ford. He's my all-time favorite actor.
He would be honestly the most fun person to meet.
Yeah, he's my all-time favorite actor. So Harrison, I'd probably say Harrison Ford.
Honestly, probably.
But obviously, celebrities is a very wide range of stuff. So
Probably Freddie Mercury.
it's a good answer.
I think that's probably who I would pick.
That's a good answer. There's a lot. Harrison Ford was the first guy that came to mind just because Indy, Han Solo.
Harrison Ford would just be fun. Mark Hamill would be really interesting.
Mark Hamill would be very fun.
He
Robert
would-
Downey Jr. would be very fun.
Chris Evans.
Scarlett Johansson for obvious reasons.
Stick with that.
Hey, by the way, did you see this? Did you see the photos of Iman and Brie meeting Harrison Ford?
She's the literal life incarnation.
Both of them. Even Brie was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
they were both freaking out. It was great.
Yeah, she's the life's incarnation of
us,
Miss Marvel.
She's us. She's 100% us.
But like, it's just like her picture with the group picture. She's literally has her eyes closed.
Yeah,
it's just too perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one?
This one's gonna be easy for you. Sport, baseball, obviously.
Yeah.
There's not.
Well, that's one you're picking for me.
Yeah, there's. I mean,
soccer.
Okay, that's fair. That was the easy one. Now this one can be difficult.
Hey, Ferris.
A place doesn't necessarily have to be like an actual like city. It could be like beach, something like that.
Do you already have yours for me?
Not really. I have an idea.
Man, it's hard because I'm trying to think of like not like a city. Now that you said like it can be just like a random place.
It can be a city, but it can also be just like generic.
Boston.
Fair enough.
Boston. Haha, Brandy. Yes. Brandy said, Jake, a distillery in Scotland. Brian, the world's largest Lego store.
Honestly, it's weird.
The largest Funko store.
Oh, gee, you jerk.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. I'm not going to answer that question.
I don't know how, like, it's like, I imagine literally for you, like, just a long road and just fields. Just like
blank fields or
like, I don't know, like wheat fields or just something like literally where it's just like.
Well, I grew up in the country, so
that, and I think maybe the fact of like, I imagine like you in the Mustang just driving down a long just road with no one around.
I'm not dead, am I?
No, just literally just you in the Mustang just riding down just a road with just nowhere to go, but just driving down the road.
I wish I had my Mustang back, man.
I'm sure.
I wish. So Iowa,
Brian. Sure. Hey, there's empty fields like that around Sacramento for sure.
I grew up in empty fields.
That's what I'm saying. So that's probably why I picked for it, maybe.
I mean, they weren't fully empty, but I grew up in the country, so. I love Brandy's answer. Brandy's answer. And Andy's a bar. Love that. A bar. All right, let's get to Gio's super chat.
Hi, Gio.
Thank you so much, Gio, for hanging out. If you've been here for a little bit, he is one of 5 over on Apocalypse Movie, and he's asking: Save one, kill one. Dune spinoff on HBO Max with Denis Villeneuve producing, or Blade Runner 2099 series on Prime Video with Ridley Scott producing. Brian, what do you think I'm going to pick?
I don't know what you're going to pick, but I'm keeping Dune.
You're keeping Dune.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping Blade Runner.
Perfect. Now we'll both have it. All right.
There's one reason, because we have the Dune movies. I don't need a spinoff, right? We only have one Dune movie. There's a possibility of getting 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, however the story goes. And I love Dune. Like, if you guys heard me talk about Dune, I love Dune. I'm obsessed with it. Denis is my favorite working filmmaker. He might be by the end of it, he might be my all-time favorite filmmaker ever. Like, period.
You talk about
The guy
it.
has not missed for me. He has not missed for me. But I don't see where Blade Runner goes next on the big screen, and I am extremely intrigued by a Blade Runner TV series.
Oh, are they doing another movie?
No, it's a TV series.
Yeah, you said I don't see where it goes with an up on the screen, so I was like, are they doing more?
Yeah, I love the Blade Runner movies. Like, I really enjoy them. I think there's a lot of things that you can do there. Obviously, there is with Dune as well. But yeah, I would take 2099.
I don't think I really know enough / understand what is going on in Blade Runner to choose Blade Runner.
Everyone else is, well, not everyone, but Brandy and Ferris have picked Dune so far, so they're with you.
I think it's easier to pick Dune because it's like
I think it is too. It's more understandable.
That, and it's more like different worlds, planets that are going on, and that you can pick and pull a la like Star Wars, where it's that. Whereas I don't really know.
Yeah,
just Dune or Blade Runner doesn't leave Earth, right? They're just
not necessarily, but that doesn't mean that it can't.
No, I know, but I'm saying like they
so far in the lore that we know they haven't. No.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm at. So
it's just a super, super advanced world, I guess you can say. Don't get me wrong. This is a very tough choice. Like, I can't wait because they're doing a Dune spinoff. They are. It's official. It's supposed to be on the Sisterhood, which was.
I thought the Sisterhood was a channel you were talking about. I'm like, what?
No. It's Rebecca Ferguson's character.
No. I know what you mean, but it caught me off guard. I was like, HBO? What the HBO Max? Sisterhood.
So I mean, this is a very tough question. This is a very, very tough question. But
Ferris, I will give you that. I liked the new Blade Runner way better than the original one.
2049 is better than the original.
Yeah,
100%. 2049 is better, which is why I like the idea of a 2099.
Because aren't they kinda? Don't shoot me. Aren't they kind of like Dread in the sense of like those people are cops and they kind of like regulate what's going on?
Kind of.
If I'm trying to grasp at straws at understanding, isn't it kind of similar?
No, because Blade Runner is all about, for lack of a better term, or just to make it more understandable, is about robots.
Yeah, but aren't they technically cops?
Not all of them.
Okay.
Not all of them.
Well,
yeah, it's okay. And don't get me wrong, like there's parts of Blade Runner that I don't even understand.
Yeah.
But I love it so much. And Refism, you need to see Dune immediately.
Yeah, Dune is one you should definitely.
You got to find 3 hours to sit down, peace and quiet, and watch Dune because it's a spectacle. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. All right, Brian. What's the next one on your TikToker?
Element. So like Earth, Air, Fire, Wind, or Earth, Air, Wind. No, fire. Earth. Yeah, Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water.
Earth, Air, Water, and Fire.
See, there you go.
You threw me off because you said air and wind, and it's the same thing.
I know.
Earth, Air, Water, and Fire. You're fire.
I really?
Yeah, you're fire.
Oh, that is shocking to me. I feel like I'm the.
You like to be spicy.
Oh, that's shocking to me. I would think that would be like the lowest one that people would pick me on. I'd pick you fire also.
Why though?
Because you're very strong-willed and like it's like fire's to me the strongest of.
See, I was gonna say what Andy said. Earth, I'm strongest. Earth is the strongest.
Yeah, but it's pretty hard.
I'm unbreakable.
I think it comes down to how you picture each thing.
Even Vapion agrees. See?
See, now I see you more as fire.
But I guess everyone
people don't know you as well as I know you, and like the
Earth is the most stubborn. That's Brian is the most stubborn. Brian is 100% the most stubborn. See, and now this is the thing is everyone's going to relate this to Avatar, Earth, Air,
That's fair.
water and fire. So they're putting us in the clans, essentially, is what's happening.
Yeah, no, Sean, we're doing it as we are how we see the person as certain things. So in this case, what element do we see the person best represented as?
And if you want to compare it to Avatar, go for it. I mean, it might give you a better backstory for it. Yeah, I mean, I see myself as Earth for sure.
I see now. So
like I'm like the level ground. Like I'm the base.
Like, when you're pissed off, you are a fucking wildfire. Like you
earthquakes, bro. Rock slides.
I don't know.
I'm coming for you.
I think you're more fire. That's very funny because everyone I've talked to so far about that has picked me as Earth.
Maybe so for the stubbornness, but I don't.
I think it's just how you personally view the.
Now, wait, RD, what does that mean? Is the element neon?
No, so that's what my friend.
What is that?
No, one of my friends. Him and I were doing this, and I went, "All right, element," and he goes, "Carbon," and I'm like, "No, you."
Oh, you didn't. I'm a dingbat, duh. RD, you sucker.
Immediately, I was like, God, I think I'm going to ask you which element of the periodic table. There's like over 100. Like that made me laugh. He's like, carbon. I'm like, no.
All right, piggybacking off this from Gordon here. Speaking of elements, what are your thoughts on the upcoming live-action Netflix Airbender show? So look,
you and I are in the same boat.
Well, I actually am like halfway through the last Airbender show. I actually watched a number of episodes a long time ago.
Oh, I was going to say.
This is probably like 3 years ago. I started watching and I kind of got through it a little bit. I haven't finished it, and maybe I will before the show comes out. But I'm intrigued. Like, I'm very intrigued. The casting so far looks awesome. It looks great. I know how important this property is to a lot of people. And from what I've seen from the
Netflix
show,
is done if they mess this up. Like,
yeah, and
people will come for Netflix
for sure. And I think there's a possibility that with Stranger Things ending, this is like the next step of their like big, huge thing that they have, because Avatar is a massive property. It's a massive property. And just from the small amounts that I've watched, there's a lot of lore and world building that you can do with this type of show. And it can be very, very cool on screen if you do it right. So fingers crossed. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to check it out. It's a complete restart on everything. I don't have to watch anything prior, which I really love. And like I said, if it picks up right when Stranger Things end, Netflix could be putting all of their resources into it, and it could end up being really something really cool. So I'm all for it.
I watched like the first, I think like no more than 10 episodes of season 1, which Damon has yelled at me to keep watching. He went on when we for your wedding weekend when we were at Dive Bar. He like went off on me. It was like, "How dare you stop there?" Just like, oh my god, I'm excited for it. I mean, it's talked about constantly as like one of the best animated shows of all time. So, I mean, I personally kind of like almost don't want to watch the animated show and want to go see how I like it on its own. But I also want to know like what the greatest animated show. I know pretty much anyone that's ever watched all of them has the same exact thing.
This is the only thing that
he was drinking that day, so he really went on.
This is the only thing that I guess is a little bit worrisome is that the OG creators left. I see Sean, Ferris, and Andy all said it, that they all left and went to Paramount Plus to make some shows. So
not that Avatar, Gio.
We're not talking about the blue guys. We're not talking about the blue guys.
There are blue guys in this one. I don't think there are.
We're not talking about the blue guys. And we won't be talking about blue guys for a while. And we very well could be talking about them for 2 weeks and then flop out.
Oh, not that the new Andor trailer just popped up on my TV in front of me.
It's not like you haven't seen it, Brian.
I haven't watched the last 15 seconds of it, so I haven't seen the whole thing. So technically I haven't seen it.
All right, we have time for one more question. One more.
We still have 3 more picks.
Oh, go ahead, Brian. Sorry. Go ahead.
Holiday. That's easy for me. For you, 4th of July.
Why do you say that?
It just literally represents everything about you in one
Well,
holiday.
what does it represent exactly, though?
Barbecue, getting
Okay.
together with people,
Fair.
like baseball, like it literally is every America, like
America.
yeah, that's
Fair.
that's easy.
That is
That's
fair.
probably the easiest one next to sport for me with you.
Halloween. No, not Halloween. You know what? I'm gonna say Christmas
That's fair.
because from the time that we've known each other, some of the biggest things that you love doing is giving things.
Oh, I
to
love
other
giving
people
presents.
giving things to people that you really, really appreciate in your life. And Gabby and I have both been able to experience that.
Yeah,
So
I
I
got
would
some
definitely
good
say
shit.
Christmas for you. Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but
Mhm.
I'm just joking. Jake's holiday is the 4th of July scene from The Sandlot. Facts, Vapion.
It's too dead on. Like it's funny. One of my friends said Thanksgiving, and I was like, I don't even like Thanksgiving. They're like,
I mean, I literally have a red, white, and blue shield sitting behind me. So
yeah. So it's too dead on.
that's good. That's good.
Starter something. One of my friends said Thanksgiving, but I don't even like Thanksgiving. I like to eat if that's how you want to compare it. But
Jill and Molly would be super easy. It's Halloween.
oh, Halloween's
so
easy for both of them.
it's too easy. I thought Andy said I thought Jake was going to say Brian likes getting stuff.
I mean, I do, but I love giving a good present. I mean,
he does enjoy getting gifts, but
I do, but I would much rather if I had unlimited money, I would just constantly
his gifts have always been, not that we've ever given him like cheap gifts, but Brian has always given more than he should. And it's just something he does. It's just something he does. So
I think it's more just like if I see something that I know someone's gonna like I want to give it to him because I want to see that reaction. Like the other day when I saw that Topanga shirt. Like if I told him if I ever see that, I
wear
will
it till it runs out.
And it's when I find it.
All right, what's the next one, Brian? We got 2 left.
And there's only 2. Yeah, there's 2 more. Time of day doesn't not necessarily like the actual like time, but like the time of the day, like
lunchtime. No, actually, I take that back. Whatever time school ends.
So like afternoon,
4, 6, like whatever time you get to leave work is what I'm saying.
Yeah, clip that, Rachel. It's not going to happen again.
You have a couple options here.
It's weird because like I want to say
Brandy probably got it more spot on.
I try to avoid nap time nowadays. It's funny.
I'll say couch time.
I want that's all day long.
You work
barely. It's weird. Like I want to say evening just because like you kind of like sometimes get to like act. This is like your time to actually just relax and do your thumbnails or something like that. But like you never really stop moving. Like you're like one of those people. Like if you stopped moving, you probably would cease to exist. So, hence why you literally talk in your sleep.
I don't ever stop. It's a nonstop process with me.
I think for me, it's just I picture more of when we lived together, and you would just be like on the couch watching your show, but still like doing something. So maybe like I don't know, whatever you would call like between like 4 and 8 p.m. like around dusk, that around like that. Yeah, like that time.
Andy, you know what? That's a great Twitter bio. Jake, never stopping. I love that.
He never stops.
Great. I need a movie poster that has my face on it. And the title of the movie is called Jake, Never Stopping.
There's been like,
oh my God. I need that poster made.
There's been, I think, maybe 2 times in our friendship that you've taken a nap, both not on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know him, that's not something that he does. And both times, Gabby called me and was like, where is he? Is he okay? Blah, blah, blah. Because it's not a thing. And it's like, no, he's asleep. What? Like, yeah, no, it doesn't happen. Doesn't stop.
Yeah, I'm not much of a napper, never have been. Brian's right, I don't ever really stop. It's never really been I mean, it's a longer conversation to have, but I mean, I grew up in a place where I did things and I was working, and it was me and my dad doing things around the house. And so, yeah, no, exactly, Brian Nussbaum, just Photoshop me. Yeah, already, you're right. What is sleep? That's my question. You're correct.
It's fair.
All right, Brian, what's the last one here?
This might be the hardest one. Dessert. It's easy for me. For you. Actually,
maybe.
For me, mine's easy. I don't know, but see, I don't know if you're gonna let me count this as dessert though.
I mean, it depends.
Just
go ahead.
Oreos and milk, chocolate milk.
No, not chocolate milk with Oreos.
Oh, either or. I meant Oreos or chocolate milk. But if I had to just pick,
so you're missing one that is a real contender.
I mean, carrot cake, obviously. But see, you don't eat that. I've only ever seen you eat that like
it's a holiday dessert
2 times, and
it's a holiday
one time was when your mom dropped off at our house like 30 bundt cakes, and
nothing bundt cakes, baby. And I stuffed my face for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he literally told us, you guys can have whatever you want, but I will murder you and your families.
No, for sure. This it's definitely hard for me. Because you're 100,
Brandy.
You're 100% glass of bourbon after dinner. You're not wrong, Brandy. You're a dessert person. You're 1000% a dessert person. It's hard.
I don't know, pick one.
I know, and I'm picking one that's not a typical dessert, but if it was put in front of you, you can't say no to like 5 of them. Donuts.
Is it a dessert or a breakfast food though?
That's what I'm saying though. Like it's not a typical dessert, but if they were put out for dessert, Brian, you would 100% have at least 2 of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you can do dessert donut. You can have a dessert donut. Like
I've said that if I ever get married, I want a donut cake.
Yeah. Well, you can do donut. You can do donut bars at weddings. They have them.
Yeah.
It's You're a total donut person. If I didn't do donuts, oh man, that's hard. That's because I don't know what like your favorite flavors are.
It's not a favorite though. It's what you see me as, which in this case.
Oh, what I see. I don't want to call you a donut.
I mean,
I'll just stick with donuts. I think it's a good enough answer. I know that they're used for breakfast, but you can easily use them for desserts too. Like it's sugar. Like
no, that's fair.
What is Gordon asked? What's your favorite? So what are our favorite donuts?
Yes.
Every single donut's your favorite?
I have been hard pressed to find a donut that I haven't liked. I mean, I'm not.
But if you were walking into a donut store, like let's say you were walking with a donut store with a coworker, and you could only choose.
I literally did this on Friday and stood there for 3 minutes. The poor woman was just standing there waiting for me to decide.
What is the one donut that you would go with?
I think the easiest one. If I'm going.
This is another thing. See, Andy, here they're basically breakfast foods. That's what they are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And this is the truest thing ever. Australia is literally backwards. Literally backwards.
100%. Yeah, like I mean, I live literally a block away from one, and they're only there from early in the morning till 11.
They close at like noon. Yeah. The stores close at like noon.
It's funny. My school, we had it engulfed the whole school in one day at work. People debating if muffins are
Muffins are breakfast.
Or
Muffins
not.
are absolutely breakfast. Yes. What is your favorite donut, though, Brian? If you had one choice and one choice only.
I mean, the easiest one is probably just like a plain like cake donut with sprinkles on top.
Okay, so a frosted donut with sprinkles.
Yeah, but they're technically the cake kind, the cakey ones, not the fluffy like.
Yeah, they're thicker. They're the thicker.
Yeah, the thicker ones. I like those.
Which typically that's what the sprinkle ones are. They're the thicker ones.
Typically, or unless they're the generic like chocolate ring that just someone smacks the sprinkles on top.
So I typically go towards two. Mainly, I usually go towards a maple bar. Is like usually my go-to. But I also cannot ever get bored of an old-fashioned original glazed.
Oh, see, I'm an old-fashioned chocolate.
I'm an old-fashioned original glazed. I love them.
Yeah.
They are so good. But I mean, honestly, like I'll try a lot of donuts, and I also like the ones we did in San Diego, the big ones with all like the craziness on them, like all the crazy flavors and everything.
We went for Comic-Con and they made
they had the Homer Simpson donut. They had the big old one.
They have that one over here.
Yeah.
Remember the one they made the Infinity Gauntlets because it was Comic-Con and like
no, but there's a donut shop in Natomas that does like the crazy flavors like the Oreos and the maple bacon and stuff, and so there's some good ones in there. I don't usually go for those. I typically like some old school donuts, and it's usually either a maple bar or an old-fashioned original glazed. So
yeah, I agree. Old-fashioned is that was the one I was deciding between, was the chocolate old-fashioned or.
There's a lot of interesting picks in here. Boston cream filled.
So that is a good one, but it is filling. Like that would be probably a top 3 for me, but it is
maple chocolate or plain buttermilk. Nothing with filling.
Yeah. No.
A plain cake donut. There you go. Glazed donut, eclair or French cruller. Scones with clotted cream and jam. Interesting picks here. Bavarian cream with chocolate on top.
Yeah.
Interesting. A lot of good picks, guys. A lot of good picks. Andy had to Google what a maple bar is. Andy, when you come to the States next time, please, you got to try donuts, man. You got to try our donuts. They're breakfast foods. You can wake up and have a donut. You can wake up and have a donut. It is not illegal to have a donut in the morning here.
Love it. Love a donut.
And just real quick to answer, because I know I saw it come through a couple times. Nussbaum, we said it on last week's show. We are trying to figure out a date. I think we might have one, but I'm not going to guarantee it. We usually announce it about a week before we go live. So if we're able to get one out, you'll probably end up hearing about it next show, and we'll keep you guys updated. Our patrons will probably hear first. So if you're a patron, there you go. If you're interested, I'm telling you right now, things are going to be changing on the POV Patreon, especially when Schmoedown ends, and it's going to be a lot of fun over there. We're very, very excited and happy that we have the people who are with us, but also looking forward to whoever new joins us. All right, Brian. Well, this is fun, man. Just doing a little Q&A, hanging out with our crowd. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. All the questions you guys brought in, kind of just commenting along with us. It's always been fun. And we look forward to doing more for you guys here in the near future. Just FYI for all of our patrons. And if you're interested, we're doing Pirates of the Caribbean bar trivia on Thursday night. Thursday night is bar trivia on the Patreon. So we're doing the first 3 movies, which Curse the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and At World's End. You guys can check that out. John Booz, I can guarantee there will be more food streams. You're welcome. So yeah, Brian, plug your social media. We're on the same channel, so just go ahead and throw yourself out there. Where can everyone find you?
Is my internet am I even visible? My internet thing is
you're visible, but your mouth is a little behind, but it's working.
Oh, okay. I don't know what. Just decided to stop working right now. Biovalsine on Twitter and Instagram, and literally Apocalypse Movies. No, I had a Cronut. Oh, it's so bad.
I will also add for Apocalypse on Tuesday. We are going to be fan casting we are going to be fan casting our versions of the MCU X-Men. MCU X-Men. We are picking a set group of characters. We are saying that is the MCU's edition of the X-Men, and we are fan casting them. We're not going to say who just yet, but look forward to it. Get your picks together. We're going to announce it on a Apocalypse Twitter tomorrow of who the characters are so everyone can get involved. And then, of course, we're going to be reviewing Andor, She-Hulk, and Lord of the Rings as well this week. So make sure you're joining us there for all of that stuff. You can join me at Qui-Gon Jake on Twitter and Instagram. 2 ends because someone else took it before I did. And then the girls, of course, Jill and Molly on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. POV Patreon right here on this channel. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming here in the near future. And again, to everyone who has been joining us, thank you guys so much. We really, really appreciate it. And we will catch you guys next time.